Free my nigga lonely, he's still in the chain gang. Got a message for the rock, time to put the guns down. We clapping every day like you love the gun sounds. Make it safe. Exclusive. It's me, Mary B. And today I came all the way to Houston so I could kick it with big homie Rich. That was Keep in Motion. Hey, big homie Rich.
What's going on, Mary B?
How you doing?
Appreciate you.
How you doing? Say hey to the people.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
First of all, I want to thank you so much for coming through. Can you let everybody know where you're from?
All right, I'm originally from the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, but H-Town, you already know what it is. I've been moved out here since I was 14 years old, so, you know, best of both worlds.
Amen. So with everything going on in immigration right now, especially being from the Virgin Islands, how are you feeling about what's going on?
Well, the Virgin Islands, it's a U.S. territory, so we're American citizens, so it don't have nothing to do with what's going on with us. But as far as the immigration, I mean, I ain't really got
for the others.
I ain't really got too much to say. I mean, everybody deserve an equal chance. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got good and bad and with both, so you just gotta kind of sort it out. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Okay. Well, since we're on politics, can you discuss the politics that's within the industry?
Me personally, I don't really get involved in like politics and stuff. You know what I'm saying? As far as the music and stuff, because I'm an independent artist. And stay on your path, and others will fall into place. So if you depending on other people, you know what I'm saying, it's the same way on a nigga, you're gonna stay broke, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta do what you gotta do, keep on pushing. If it's working for you, you know what I'm saying, go ahead with it.
Being an independent artist, most artists complain about 360 deals and not having financial literacy. What is some advice that you can give being an independent artist that you would motivate someone to stay independent instead of signing?
I mean, everything is really easy nowadays. You could be rapping from your living room as long as you got a setup and stuff. So if you got the willpower to push on, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna keep on pushing.
Okay.
Yeah, you got social media. You could build your audience. You could get out here in the streets. It all depends on you, how far you want to push and stuff like that. So, you know, you got to build your little fan base and stuff and keep on pushing, keep on building.
And where do you get your motivation to keep building?
I love doing music, so that's where my motivation comes from. It's like a therapy for me. So, you know, I just love putting music together and stuff like that, zoning out with the beats and stuff. And I just love creating music. So, you know, I love having a vision and putting the music together. And when it come out sounding how I want it to, you know, that makes me feel good on the inside.
And who impacted you the most on your childhood, musically wise?
Younger, growing up in St. Thomas. I'm from the projects in St. Thomas, so we was influenced by the Hot Boys. So, you know, BG, that was my favorite rapper growing up. I used to like Lil Wayne and BG, so, you know, I'm more, you know, BG. That's who kind of influenced me to do music and stuff like that.
So in the Virgin Islands, are you all more influenced by the New Orleans bounce music, or does the New York drill reach down there?
It's like a mix of music, because, you know, you got our music is calypso music, like the carnival music and stuff like that. You got calypso, you got soca, you got dance hall, so you got hip hop, because like I said, we're American territory, so we get everything. So on the radio station, you might hear a hip hop song, you might hear a dance hall song, you might hear a calypso song. So whatever you more gravitate to. Me, like I said, I always like hip hop music, you know, like gangster type stuff, you know, Spice She's or something, you know what I'm saying? But she,
I wouldn't know. I didn't know. That's what I was asking, because I know that it's different regionally. The only place I've been is that's a territory is Puerto Rico, but I know that Spice is known a lot for reggae music and Queen of Dance Hall and things of that nature. So did she make it over to the Virgin Islands?
Oh yeah, Spice is big, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like Spice and stuff, but just me personally, I don't personally listen to music and stuff. I'm more on the conscious side with the sizzler and stuff like that.
Okay. And when did you know that music was something that you loved?
From young, I always liked music. I just didn't know how to put it together. So once I got in the studio and stuff and I got time in it, I figured how to structure a song and do a whole song by myself. And, you know, I got my studio time up and, you know, the music started coming out how I wanted it to. I said, you know, really in 2020, that's when I started really putting videos and stuff and putting music out. Because sometimes you might put your music, you might be doing music and stuff, and you might think like, hey, my music really ain't good. You might be scared to put it out because you might be scared what people got to say and stuff. So once I was confident with it, that's when I started pushing my stuff out and trying to make different moves and stuff. So once I started pushing it out, I had good feedback and stuff. And not only because of the feedback, because I like doing music, so I just kept it confident. I'm originally a confident person anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm not cocky or nothing like that, but, you know, I'm confident. You got to be confident.
You have to work in your passion.
Every break you get, you know what I'm saying? You just writing songs together. You might be driving in the car, you might hear a beat, you might have an idea, you just put it down. You might have a beat later on, you know what I'm saying? You might be stuck in a verse somewhere. You might remember a bar that you said in the car, and, you know, it'll fit.
Okay. And since we're in Houston, how long have you been out here?
I've been out here since I came out here in 2000. I left and I came back in 2007. And I've been out here ever since.
Okay.
So I've been out here for a minute.
So it's been a good home for you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Any artists out here that you would like to work with or you've seen and you wanted to shout out?
Nah, I just like I said, it's tunnel vision, you know what I'm saying? I just click up with my peers and I put stuff together. Like I said, I don't depend on another artist and stuff because I'm still trying to find my way also, you know what I'm saying? So if another artist is trying to find his way, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, you know, you got to keep on going. Like I say, on the path, you got to keep on going. Who's meant to click up with you is going to work. So, you know, I don't really say like, hey, man, let me try to find an artist who I'm trying to click up with. If I'm in the studio, I got somebody we click up and, you know what I'm saying, we click like that. You know, we go ahead and we do something, but I ain't no real artist and stuff like that. No.
When you're doing your artistry, are you the artist that go directly into the booth and just spit off the dome, or do you need to write it down? Is it on your phone? Is it a notepad?
Oh, no, I got to write it down.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, once I write it down, it's basically like a freestyle. You write it down, but you still got to memorize it. So, you know, I'm not going in there reading it. And artists who really go off the dome, they kind of punch it in. Like when I hit the booth, I got a verse, I'm going to spit the whole verse. I don't do like no punches and stuff like that. So if I got a 16-bar verse, I go in there and I already memorize it, just, you know, lay it down. Like music real easy, 15 minutes, that's all I need really to record a song and stuff, because you kind of like memorize it. Once you write it down, you rehearse it. So, you know, I'm at home, I'm going to rehearse my stuff. So when I come to the studio, you know, just lay it down. You're on time when you come to the studio, so you're not trying to go over your time.
Well, you're very punctual anyway, so I like that about you already. You're very punctual with other people's time. What is one of the goals that you want to accomplish this year with your music?
I just want to keep on going, just keep on getting better and better. That's it. I never have no standard. I don't set standards because the sky's the limit. So, you know, I just want to enjoy the journey, just keep on going, keep on pushing.
We started with Keep in Motion. I wanted to do a Know the Game. So can you tell me, before I let everyone hear, can you tell me about like how it got started? What was it based off of? What was the motivation?
Well, I actually Know the Game. I was in the studio and I had another artist, you know what I'm saying, who was there. Me and him really don't fool too much right now, so, you know, that's how that goes. But he was in the studio, he liked it, so he wanted to hop on it. You know, his verse was nice and stuff, so that's how it came up.
Okay. But still good memories?
Yeah, good memories.
Just making sure.
For now.
You better listen when I tell you the streets a dirty game. A lot of niggas lost their life trying to get a name. That's why I had to run it up and cop a
so like in my music and stuff, I just try to push a little good message in there sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
I know the game and I'ma play it how it's supposed to go. I got some cracks.
What's one thing you learned the most about the game?
I just learned the most about the game. You gotta stick to yourself. You gotta work on your craft. You can't be focused on somebody else because, you know, they're already focused on them. So you just gotta focus on your craft and make sure you get where you're trying to get. You know, it's always good to help others and stuff, but you gotta know who you trying to help, because I need help myself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just gotta stay focused. So that's my message in the game. You gotta be tunnel vision if you're trying to get somewhere.
51 fam.
Yeah, 1051 fan. Shout out 1051 fan. He a real one.
Having Motion rolling out.
shit, homie, this ain't for no pit time. Caterpillars run my way, we some go-getters. That 4-quarter pressure can't be making errors. Turning up every time for that big go. Got it out of mud, had to do it on my own. Can't better kicking shit like I got a clone. Really big numbers flipping on that trap phone.
Okay.
I did, nigga.
How long did it take?
We actually went to the studio. We did that video in St. Thomas. So I was down there, my boy 1051. You know, I had shot him the song and stuff. So I had pre-recorded the hook out here. So once I got down there, we actually went to the studio. And I think we had booked like an hour session. So we laid it down. And as soon as we left the studio, we went and we pulled up and we shot the video and stuff. Cause we was on time and stuff. So, you know, that one went by smooth. Right now, I'm rocking with SYMG. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So my boy JQ, he shot the last video. So that's what I'm rocking with right now. You know. Shit, I'm loyal, so I gotta stick with the home team.
I know that's right. I wanted to shout out your merchandise. Can you let me know exactly where this came from for the Virgin Islands representation?
So that's my boy Lomi, you know what I'm saying? He got life in prison, so free my brother Lomi, you know what I'm saying?
Free Lomi.
Trying to get him out right now and stuff like that, so that's what it is.
Okay, I know that's right. Free Lomi. Going through, especially coming from the Virgin Islands, a lot of people would say that Shotas would be a reference of when we think of the people who grew up in the islands, territory and not. How would you describe growing up?
I wouldn't say like we shot us down there, you know what I'm saying? Because shot us is like a Jamaican thing. Even though Jamaicans is Caribbean, it's different parts of the Caribbean. The Caribbean is big. You got different countries and stuff in the Caribbean. You got a lot of small islands. So you got Virgin Islands, you got Trinidad, you got Dominica, you got Jamaica, you got Puerto Rico, you got Martinique, you got Guadeloupe. So you got a whole bunch of different islands
geography
that people might not know. So the lingo is different depending on where you're at, you know what I'm saying?
I grew up in Mississippi and it was the exact opposite. So I always think it's the best thing ever when people actually grew up in a place that, you know, believed in them.
Yeah, but as far as shotters and stuff, you got the good and bad everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Like the Virgin Islands, it's a real serious place. It's a lot of killing and stuff go down because it's a small island, so, you know, it's a lot of gunplay and stuff go down. But once you got the right mentality and you don't get caught up in the wrong stuff and you stay on a straight path, it's actually a beautiful place. Like for tourists just going down there to visit, you might see the beaches and stuff and you might not really pay attention to what's going on. But once you're down there and stuff, of course, you know what I'm saying, you're going to become a product of your environment and you see negative stuff going on. So I say, you know, you just got to stay focused and kind of stay out the way and stay on a path, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, and how's the education system out there?
Oh, yeah, the education is really nice, you know. It's a little more, I'll say it's a little more advanced because, you know, you got American history, but you also got African history in the island. So you're taught kind of a little different stuff, you know what I'm saying?
So you all are actually taught the African history?
Yeah, you got to know because in the Virgin Islands, you had slaves and stuff down there too. They got slave plantations and stuff still there. You got over in St. John and stuff. So, you know, we was taught about us, who we were as the people, where we came from and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the slaves stayed there. They had Indians and stuff. And, you know, when you say Indians and stuff, you might think like Indians is just light-skinned people. But you had black Indians and stuff. So the Caribbean, just a mixture of everybody, you know.
Homie Rich, thank you so much for coming through for exclusive interviews. I really appreciate the conversation. Meeting you in person, first of all, thank you so much because we've been trying to get this interview together for like 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you so much for being able to free up your time. I know you're very busy. Your music is very dope, but your personality, I can see why you done got everywhere you done got to.
Oh, yeah.
Very dope. So can you let everybody know what they can expect for you for this year and what music you want them to go listen to right now?
Just type in Big Homie Rich on whatever platform and it's going to pull up. And we just trying to keep working, keep building, keep getting better, staying positive. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you two taking your time for having me.
Of course. You're always welcome to exclusive interviews anytime we come through. Thank y'all so much for, number one, tuning in. And I want everybody to listen to This Is Big Homie Rich, Keep in Motion. Bye, y'all.
Big Homie Rich, keep in motion.
Big Homie Rich, thank you so much for coming through exclusive interviews. You all make sure to stream Big Homie Rich. It was such a dope interview. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.